Hey everybody, today in this video we will be creating an image keyword generator with Python. So as the name suggests, image keyword generator generates keywords associated with that image. Whenever you see any image, you try to think about what is that image all about, what does that picture depicts. If I show you this image and say to describe it, you will probably say a computer, office, workplace, etc. like that. So we will make an algorithm that can find keywords of any image you pass to it. It has broad application on many website and mobile phone applications. We will use an API by everypixel.com. For that, you have to go in their site and click on this API button. This site provides 4 type of APIs. The first is image keywording, which this video is all about. And second is stock photography scoring, which checks the quality of an image. I seriously don't know much about it. The third is UGC photo scoring, which I don't think is much different than the previous one. It also tells how good that photo is, like excellent and good. And the last is age recognition, which is quite obvious. In this photo there are two persons, and according to this API the old man is 69 and the old woman is 60, which is quite good results. But if you ask why are we not training our own image keywording model like this with TensorFlow and stuff, so the thing is, to make a model like this it take a massive amount of data, and if there is massive amount of data it would take that much amount of computational power and time. It can take even half a day or more than that to train a model with decent accuracy. That's why the people at EveryPixel has done it for us and made an API which everyone can use. So let's sign up. In my case, I have already signed up, so I will just log in. After login, you will see this page where you can see your client ID and secret key, which are your credentials to use this API. Let's start the Python stuff first. We will make credentials.py in which we will keep our client ID and secret key, so I don't have to keep it blur all the time, and it's also safe for you to not keep it visible in the main script. Now we will create image keyword.py in which there will be the main script. We will import request, which is important to use the API, and also the credentials we have kept in that file. Now we will make the image keyword generator function, which will take the path of image for we wish to get the keywords, and the second parameter is minimum score, which has 0.4 as the default value. I will explain this parameter in a moment. Now to get a response from the API, we will make a post request using requests. The link in which we have to make post request can be obtained from the documentation corner. I will just copy it. We will open the image in read binary form using this simple Python code. Then we will make a dictionary named data, which is the data that API wants with the post request. Let's make the post request on this link, and this files parameter will take our this data. The auth parameter will take our client ID and secret key. .json will JSONify our API output. Now this keywords variable contains all the keyword. Let's print it. We will generate keywords for this image. Let's provide its path and run the program. We have got this output, which for the first time looks very nasty, but let me simplify it for you. This is a dictionary with two keys. The first is keywords and the second is status. The keywords have a list that has more dictionaries, and that dictionary has two keys, which are keywords, which is a string that contains the predicted keyword, and the second is score, which is how much sure the API is about that keyword. It's an integer, and the next element in this list will contain this type of dictionary in the same form. Now the second element of our dictionary was status. In our case, it's a string saying OK, which means it was able to generate the keywords and there were no errors. If someone gave the wrong type of file like txt, or if there is an internet connection problem, this would not be okay. It will print the error which is encountered. Now I didn't explain to you about the minimum score parameter. Actually, we will filter all the keywords which have scores more than this. As you can see, the score is reducing with every next element. If our minimum score is 0.4, which means all the keywords with a score less than that will be dropped. In our case, there are 3 elements which have score less than 0.4. If we set it to 0.9, all these elements will be dropped and only this 4 will remain. Now let's continue the code part. First, we will extract all these values, which is a list as discussed, and store them in this variable, which I have done with a simple Python code. Second, we will store the status of the API in this variable. Instead of writing this 2 times, I will make a new variable keyword vals and store it there and call it 2 times here, which is the more proper way. Now if status is equal to okay, then only I will start extracting the keywords from the dictionary. Else if there is some problem, I don't want it to happen, so it will handle that. Now we will make a variable only keywords, which I have initialized with an empty list, and then we will only append the keywords from that dictionary to it. We will iterate over every dictionary in that list and check if the score of that keyword is more than our minimum score. If it is, we will append that keyword into our only keyword list. And at the end we will return the only keywords list. That's it. Now we will run the program. See, now it has returned a list with all keywords in a clean form. It is not as scary as before. You can easily use this list to whatever your project is. Now let's change the minimum score to 0.9 and run it again. See, it has written fewer keywords than before because we have added a constraint over it. We have successfully made an image keyword algorithm that is useful in many applications like Google Photos. If you search birthday in the search bar of Google Photos, it will automatically filter our photos which contain cake and things that depict birthday. There's a last important thing I will like you to tell is this API allows 100 requests per day for free. If you want it to run in your websites or app that may have requests more than 100 in the day, you have to buy it. They allow 1000 requests per day for $0.6, but if you are just using it for fun or 100 requests is enough for you, then you can use it as it is. You can get all the code in the GitHub link below. If you're interested in machine learning, you can watch my ML from scratch series here, and projects like Wake for detection, Next for predictions, and many more on my channel. Thanks for watching.